What's up, guys? This is your Uncle Luke on a Thursday night, and I have a very, very special guest with me tonight. First time on the show, and I want to do a proper introduction. He is hailing from Central Iowa. He goes by the nicknames Doug the Thug, the Iowan Icon, the ranch dressing of the credit card game, Mr. DuGroz reports.
Thanks, Luke.
Up? What is
Yes,
up, Mr. Rose?
And you're right. All of those nicknames, super common. People walking down the street call me that all the time.
I love it.
Thanks for having me, Luke. I really appreciate it. Glad to be here. No
problem. Been trying to get Doug on here for a while. He's very busy. Curtis loves the show. He travels overseas to South America once a month. Wow. That's a big time traveler. Mr. Official Chad's Money Minutes is in the house. Chad, first thing I want to say is we really missed you a couple weeks ago. Can't wait to see you again. Probably have to take a trip down to South Florida to get with you sometime soon. But thanks for showing up here tonight. We got Mr. Dad on a Mission. Love that name, Dad on a Mission. We're all dads on a mission tonight.
Everyone.
Oh, boy. We've got some hitters. We got Mr. Matt Clausen in the house. We've got Mr. Brady Smith. If you guys aren't familiar, Brady is as a member of the community. One of the younger members of the communities. Him and his brother are doing all kinds of super, super cool stuff, especially for their age group. But regardless of their age, they're doing a bunch of really cool stuff and awesome guys. Really nice seeing you guys. I missed one here. Mr. Kirby G's Points and Miles says he's at the Hyatt Breathless in Mexico. Good, man. Love the Mexican all-inclusives with Hyatt. Great deals. And if you have enough chase points, you can get a big, big suite. We got the top suite, and I think it was called Dreams, the Hyatt Dreams. And if you're traveling with kids or a kid, having that suite with an extra room is priceless. And some of them even have hot tubs on the balcony facing the beach.
Oh,
that's pretty nice. Actually, it was 2 years ago. We went there for Thanksgiving. I just got one of those memories in your phone that just came up. Mike Newland says "Hoo-day, baby." Doug doesn't know what that means. You know what the Hoo-day is?
It's probably a football reference.
Yes, it's a Bengals thing. Okay. Well, we're going to get to that. We're here once I get through some of these comments. We're going to let DuGroz reports introduce himself and kind of give us a rundown of how he got here, and we'll definitely expect the full deal here, full auto. Comment from the wrong account. What's up, Ricky? Ricky is one of those wizards, man. If you ever get a chance, spend a few minutes with Ricky. You're going to learn something. Does this team make up Luke's channel? It makes my channel at least marginally cromulent.
Right.
At least for today. All right, we got a lot of good evenings. Juan Garcia, the man. Filmo's World's in the house. Raf Exy. Okay, guys, let's. I know you guys are waiting for it, but we have DuGroz reports on, and I want to, Doug. Can you give us a quick Reader's Digest version of how we got here today, how you got in the game, and just a little bit about yourself personally that I'm sure everybody is curious about. We love the personal touches.
Sure. Yeah. I was a late bloomer in terms of points and miles. Didn't get started it was right around the time I turned 40, roughly. So I had credit cards. I had a mortgage. I had a car loan before. So I had credit, but I wasn't in the game. In 2019, I was getting ready to fly my wife and kids down to see her parents. They live in Arizona. We're in Iowa. For the summer, I couldn't go with them, but I was just getting angry at how expensive plane tickets were. So after, searching Google Flights and Orbitz and Expedia and all those and not being really happy, I decided to log on to the Wells Fargo website, which sounds kind of ludicrous, but in a previous life, I had worked at Wells Fargo. So I had the Wells Fargo Visa signature card, commonly known as the Golden Ponies card. And it gives 1.5x on flights. I didn't know that. I didn't know what it meant, but I'm like, hey, there's this thing that says search for flights on Wells Fargo. So I tried it. And that's when I noticed that I had enough points saved up just accidentally. I probably was earning 1 point per dollar to pay for 2 of the 3 tickets just with those points. So I was like, whoa, this is really, really cool. Like, did you know you can use credit card points to pay for flights? Like, who knew? So then I thought, I wonder if there's any other credit cards that do similar things. And you know what? It turns out there are. And that one little episode kind of got the ball rolling downhill. And not only did I jump into the game, by the end of the year, I started making YouTube videos about it.
Very cool. And you've got a really distinctive style on how you do your business. And I think that's everybody tuning in right now knows that. And that's why they're here tonight, because you do have your rip trip, your DuGroz style way of traveling. And can you kind of summarize that for us tonight for the 1 or 2 people who don't know about it?
Yeah. So I have a personal goal or conviction or mission, whatever terminology you want to use, that I don't use my family budget at all for travel, not a single penny. And I'm not just talking the essentials like flights, rental car, hotels. I mean, even like, hot dogs from a hot dog vendor on the street. So what I do is I figure out, like, if I need to use cash back from a cashback card, cashback sign-up bonuses, cashing out points, bank account sign-up bonuses, rebates, coupons, whatever it is, I'll keep a spreadsheet and track every penny of my expenses. At the end of that trip, that bottom line needs to equal 0. So if I have to cash out points, I will, although that's often, not always, often the last resort. When I started doing a little more serious in points and miles, it was actually February of 2020, right before this minor thing called COVID-19 happened. I
remember this.
Yeah, I came up with the acrostic RIP, because if you can cover the R, which is rental car, I, which is inn or hotel, and P, which is plane, those are kind of the 3 big expenses. So I had not gotten to the point where I had enough cash back and such to pay for every expense, but those are kind of the 3 big ones. So I said, I'm going on a RIP trip. As long as I can cover those 3 things, it's a RIP trip. Well, it has since morphed into RIP trip just means like kind of a long weekend trip, a getaway. And I always do one in the fall, one in the spring, and then maybe 1 or 2 others here and there. I realize it doesn't really make sense, because if I fly to Europe in the summer, I'm still using all those things. But that's just kind of how the term has morphed over the last 6 years.
Yeah, I love that. I love that whole philosophy. I love the fact that you keep business, your businesses separate. Your credit card game, your family spend, all these things. It's one of those things where it kind of goes to show you're head of the household type duties, and you've got those in order. And I like that stuff. So,
thank you.
Real quick, guys, we've got John R's in the house. What's up, John? And everybody's favorite guy, Cesar Joel. We saw Cesar every day in Puerto Rico. Just
absolutely.
A blast. My man from Ohio, Rick Beck. But one thing I want to ask, guys, I don't ask for much, but this is what I'm asking. If you appreciate 2 Midwestern guys on the internet with no filters, can you hit the like button? And the reason why I say that is I've watched a couple of these videos the last couple of days where I can't even see a guy's nose because it's so heavily filtered. It looks like one of those TikTok animals bow with their head and talking. So you got 2 guys that are here just in the flesh and bone, no filters. Give us a like for that at least. Thinning hair and everything. Although Doug's got more hair, but he's got the gray, but he still has all his hair. Oh boy, Rick just hit us with a 20-piece. Wow.
Oh.
Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate it. And here's my guy, James Ragland from the first capital of Ohio. My guy. And FLX is a big fan of both our channels. Glad to see us together. It is a great Thursday night. And the man with the coolest name in the game, Mr. Dong Kim, is in the house with a thumbs up. Thank you, sir. Here we go. 2 Midwest guys. What am I? John, we're going to get you on here, and it'll be 2 Midwest guys. But you're probably a Chiefs fan, so I don't know. We'll have to see if that counts as Midwest.
Maybe wait till after football season's done.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. They're not doing so hot, so their season might be done. I don't know. So yeah, so you guys get a good idea of where Doug is coming from and where DuGroz Reports comes from, and I think I've heard you say this a few times. He likes to talk about points and miles for a, I don't want to say average, but for a regular family man. And I think that resonates with a lot of people because there's a lot of us. I feel like I do the same thing, but I kind of like everything I do, I really can't help but take it too far. I've always said anything worth doing is worth overdoing, and I think they finished that with moderation is for sissies. But I overdo it sometimes. But I think the older I get, the more I'm kind of pulling back. So I think my redemptions and my style is at some point it's going to look more like DuGroz's than mine.
All right.
And here's a good example. We are really appreciating the IHG brand and the way they do their redemptions, like in city centers. So take out the resorts, take out the beach. If it's a city center in Lisbon, Portugal, there's a great IHG in the city center. That's X amount of points, and it fits our budget really, really well. And it's not that over the top, Waldorf kind of deal. So we're getting closer, Doug. We're getting closer. Oh man, Chiefs forever. Oh man, even Chiefs forever. Yeah. We don't care about spelling, man. We don't care at all about spelling. Oh boy, Abdiel is at the Waldorf in Costa Rica. You lucky guy, you. That's awesome, man. And that kind of brings us. Oh, LG, thank you for becoming a member. Super appreciate it. Great time to segue into a plug. Guys, if you would like to become a member, membership is only $2.99 a month to cancel anytime. There's a link in the description. I don't mind if you become a member and watch all the members' videos and then cancel. Won't hurt my feelings. Membership does come with members-only videos, and you will get priority response to comments, which I keep saying at some point I won't be able to answer all the comments. I do a pretty good job of answering almost all of them, but at some point you'll be the member, you get the response. So that leads us into we have, oh my goodness, hold on here. Rich with Points, another guy we saw in Puerto Rico, great dude, awesome website, just gifted 5 memberships. So that's big time, Rich. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. And it was super cool meeting you and your wife in Puerto Rico. Great time. Can't wait to see. Oh, and okay. Mr. J. Rods, I also met in Puerto Rico. Awesome dude. Gifted a membership. Thank you so much, sir. You got a lot of generous people here tonight, Doug.
I see that. Yeah, it's awesome.
And what's the points? Also, a guy that was in Puerto Rico. I feel like we had the whole community in Puerto Rico for a little bit. So, guys, we're talking about staying at the Waldorf and things like that. That's going to lead us into what'd you book? Now, I was telling Doug about this before we came on the air. This is a grown folks channel, so you are allowed to brag on this section. We're no haters. We're not jealous. I want to hear what you guys are booking. And I was telling Doug, the biggest reason why I want to know is because you guys book crazy, amazing stuff. You guys book the creme de la creme redemptions, and I like hearing about it. And Doug, I'm going to ask you if what did you book, if you've booked anything recently. But first, I want to say I booked spring break at the island of Roatan in Honduras. I booked the Kimpton. I think it's called the Kimpton Grand. And I booked that a while ago. But what I just recently booked was originally I booked 4 nights, obviously with the 4th night free on points. And this is a bit of a rant, but I hate free night certificates. I'll repeat that. I hate them because they're always left over with 2 months. I don't have anything to do with them. So what I did with my free night IHG certificate, I added a 5th night at the Kimpton in Roatan. I think that's a good move. I think that's better than wasting it. So that's what I booked. Apparently they have some of the best snorkeling in the world and the 2nd largest barrier reef in the world. So Carlos is going to be snorkeling and looking at fish and stuff.
Very cool.
So Doug, have you booked anything lately?
Well, before I answer that, I'm hideously uncultured. What is Roatan, or where is Roatan?
Roatan is an island off the coast of Honduras in Central America.
Okay, I think you said that, but my listening comprehension failed me.
It's a touristy. I think cruise ships pull in there, and they don't have I don't think they have a ton of chain hotels, but we're really big fans of that Kempton and IHG in general. So I saw that and I go, and we have an outdoor shower. That might be really cool. And it's just another spring break location where like Carlos can swim, do the resort thing, and he can add another country to his list of places he's been.
Yeah, that's cool. In terms of what I booked, boy, I'm embarrassed to say in the next 12 months or at any point in the future, I've got one thing booked, and it's the super obvious one, the next meetup in Charleston, South Carolina. I booked the same thing that everybody else is booking, the Wild Dunes Resorts Sweetgrass Inn by Hyatt. I've got the 4 nights there. Sometimes we talk about, Hyatt is like playing on easy mode. It's almost like so easy that you shouldn't be impressed, but it was over 4 cents per point. So if that's easy mode, I'll take it.
Well, here's the flip side of Hyatt. My wife is a realtor, and she has her yearly award ceremony at a Hyatt in downtown Columbus.
Oh, okay.
There are no points redemptions available for that night. So that's the other side of Hyatt. If you're not booking 10 months in advance, you may not be able to get in.
Yeah, that's true.
But so I won't be there.
That's the only thing I've booked. I've got some ideas, but
I need to be more like you. I need to not plan so far ahead in the future. Because for one thing, I end up canceling, and the other, I don't normally catch like super deals. I would rather wait and then maybe catch a super deal, or use my free night certificates because I have a Hilton free night certificate that's going to expire March 18th, and I have nothing. I'm going to be in Chicago March 18th. I don't have anything to really, and I hate to lose an uncapped free night at Hilton.
Yeah, but I hate free night certificates also. Hate might be a strong word, but the exact same dilemma you have. And the problem is, when you think about like the generic YouTube video about how valuable a Hilton free night certificate is, and you get one with the Aspire, it's like, well, did you know you could use this in the Maldives? And normally that would be 1,000,000 points.
Yeah.
Look how valuable this is. It's like, okay, what about the other 5 nights? How are you paying for it? Because it's literally 1,000,000 points a night. So am I going to take a trip, across the ocean to use a single free night certificate and then come home? I'm not going to. Some people do. Some people have. I think Rewards Master said he did once, and more power to him. But the problem is, like, the hotels that I want to use it at, I can't afford the other nights. The hotels I can afford the other nights, I don't really want to use it at. Like, if I'm staying at Hilton Garden Inn somewhere that, the cash rate's $125 a night, do I want to add on one more night? It's a whole lot better than letting it expire. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. I've had a lot of Hilton free night certificates. And I almost, if you made me answer where I spent them, I might have spent them all at the Conrad Fort Lauderdale. So that's kind of a middle of the road. Like it can be a pricey room, but it's not super exotic. So I think I probably used a lot, probably almost all of them right there. And you know what? That's probably where I'll go to meet Chad for a day and drink fruity drinks at the Conrad.
Yeah. Would you say you're crafting your strategy around those FNCs?
No. Well, here's the thing. I'm going to move away from Hilton anyway, so I'm not going to really worry about it. If I don't use it, I put it this way. I'm not going to spend a bunch of money to make sure I use that value this time. Where in the past, I probably would have done that. So if I use it, you know what? I may just use it somewhere locally for a staycation, which would be hardly any value at all, but it'll be something.
Better than letting it expire.
I'm not going to force it this time. Mr. Ricky told me about this. The inaugural Toronto to Madrid flight in business class next June on Iberia. That's pretty awesome.
Okay.
Matt Clausen has no new bookings, but he did hit a free night with a Surpass. Do a one-night stay somewhere. Yeah. See if I can do the original Waldorf. That would be really cool. I'm guessing that's New York City. I don't know. I did see Jonathan. Jonathan here. I forgot Jonathan. We met Jonathan in Puerto Rico.
We did, yeah.
Yeah, super. He's in Spanish Harlem right now. Super cool dude. What else do we have here? Snowboard trip. Wow. I'm thinking that's Japan. Mexico.
I was wondering the same thing.
I've not heard of it, but I'll guess Japan because I know like there's snowboard in Japan. And that sounds like an awesome trip. Conrad, Tokyo. Nice. So it's going to be Japan. Good job, Cardi. Thompson, Denver. This guy likes to ski and snowboard, which is very cool. Not my thing, but I'm too old, I think. What's the point? Says I heard Hyatt might be starting to deny courtesy points when earning FNCs. My hard-earned Category 7 only has another 5 months to use. Any suggestions? My suggestion, I think Doug's going to agree with me. Use it where you can and don't emphasize that Category 7 as much. If you're staying at a 5, just use it. And I would also, moving forward, my FNC strategy will be to use them as soon as I can. So they're not sitting there at the end of the year where I have to make a decision. My problem, Doug, is with IHG, the 4th night on awards is free. That's the perfect number of days for me. I don't normally want to stay that 5th night.
Yeah.
And with Hilton, it's the 5th night free. I don't want to stay the 6th night.
Mm-hmm. So, I've thought to myself before, the difference between 4th night free and 5th night free sounds like it's just one night, but it actually is a pretty big deal. I mean, that's a Friday to a Tuesday versus a Friday to a Wednesday. And when you're flying home Wednesday, now you're only working 2 days. It's like, well, do I just take the whole week off? You almost can't even call it a weekend anymore.
Yeah, no kidding. I wish I had that much time off. That's my biggest challenge now is the paid time off. Cesar's got 4 certs, and he wishes they gave points. I would almost take, Doug, would you do this? If Hilton said, hey, Doug, we'll give you points, but you're going to have to take a haircut on it, a discount. We'll give you 60,000 points for your certs.
Yeah, I'd do that. I'd take 60K instead of a cert.
Yeah.
Because, well, boy, you picked a number that's kind of right on the border of what's acceptable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
you
can
get anything less, no way.
Hampton Inn for 60K. You might hit it just right and get something better.
Yeah.
But actually, I stayed at the DoubleTree in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and I booked it for the first 2 nights were 60K. Then a free night cert. Then the last night was 65K. But
so how many total nights?
4.
Okay, perfect. Yeah,
60, 60, 65, and free.
Okay, so yeah. See, here's where it gets tricky. You're staying 4 nights. You're giving up the 5th night free.
Yeah, but the problem is I got to get back home and work.
I understand. Yeah,
stupid regular job.
Yeah.
So you're right. It is like, oh, if I could just do one more night, then I can use that FNC on something else, but it was going to expire in December, and I don't have any travel plan between now and December. It's like, might as well use it.
I'm going to find out if it's the right move because spring break, I only wanted to do 4 nights. So I'm going to find out if using that cert for the 5th night is a good idea or a bad idea. I don't know yet. We'll see.
Keep us posted.
I'm like you. I want to get back so I can get back to life.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about want to, but need to.
Yeah. Love, be careful with the ice cubes in RAKUTEN. Stomach still has PTSD. Okay. So I'm glad you told me that because I didn't even think about the ice cubes. So we'll have to drink beer, I guess. You can't drink frozen drinks. We'll drink beer. I don't drink much. I probably won't even have a drink there. But great for scuba. We don't scuba, but snorkel is more love my points advanced bookings with Globalist. Yeah. Globalist is always going to be a great deal there. But for me, like I'm sure you're the same way, Doug. As a working dad, I'm never going to be a Globalist. I'm never going to spend that many nights in a hotel. And I hope not.
It would make more sense like to go out on eBay or a swap board and just buy a guest of honor for the 1 or 2 times a year it might actually matter. Tim
Smith, happy Thursday, good peeps. Charleston, I'm in Savannah, not too far. Nice, Tim. Head on over to Charleston with the boys.
I'd love to go to Savannah someday.
I went there for St. Patrick's Day, and they do a huge. I don't know if you want to call it a St. Patrick's Day celebration, but it's a huge party.
Okay.
It's a party like you could only see a party like this down south.
Mm-hmm.
It's much different than I've seen. It's young and it's southern, but we had fun. Sometimes you have to do a local stay with the FNC. Yeah, I mean, why not? Okay, so Rick's going to ask about the meetup. I'm going to say it is Labor Day weekend in Charleston, South Carolina, at the Wild Dunes Hyatt Resort. Does that sound right?
Well, that's where I'm staying. That's where a lot of people are staying.
Okay.
The actual like meetup where we all kind of stand around for 3 hours and chit chat is on Saturday, the 5th of September in the evening at a place called the Pineapple Fountain. If
Oh, wow.
you join the Venture Discord, Anthony Venture's Discord, there's a whole topic and it's got a pinned thing at the top that'll tell you exactly what you need to know. That's what I do.
I'm going to miss that one. The Labor Day weekend is the opening day for flag football.
Oh, bummer.
So,
not that the flag football is a bummer, but the fact
right, yeah. It might not be that big of a deal, but if Carlos is quarterbacking and I'm coaching, we probably have to be at the game. Yeah.
Better,
So,
yeah.
So I'm fingers crossed. Anything could change until then, but as of right now, it would be too much for me. Like in the like Charleston, I'm sure is a great place, but I would still have to take 2 flights to Charleston. So, in a sense, Charleston's the same thing as going to Madrid or Frankfurt
or Puerto Rico,
or Puerto Rico.
It's not quite as long,
right? Not quite as long, but pretty similar. And I don't. Yeah, I we'll see if anything changes. Kirby G booked the Wild Dunes.
There you go.
Nice. Whoops. Matt Klaus says the original Waldorf is in NYC. Just reopened. Okay. 8 years of renovations. Wow.
You know, I can't verify this with any degree of certainty, but I've been talking to Anthony Venture about trying to do a joint like mini meetup together in Wheeling, West Virginia, which is in that northern porn.
Yeah, I know where it is. That's Wheeling's wild, man.
Panhandle of West Virginia. And
that panhandle.
Yes.
Maybe it's this way.
The world's, or at least the United States' #1 Hampton Inn is located there.
Oh,
okay.
And
I'm not just saying that like jokingly. They've actually won the award like 7 out of the last 10 years.
Now, if you talk to older people, Wheeling, West Virginia used to be extremely wild. And it used to be like the wild, like the gambling, and I think they have casinos there, and gambling and just crazy stuff going on there. That would be fun.
Yeah. So if you can't make it to the one in,
I would do Wheeling.
Maybe you could make it to Wheeling, and I don't even know if that's a sure thing yet. That's like, can I align my April rip trip with Tony and make it work out? Maybe
that would be really cool.
We're thinking it over.
I could drive there. CJ Batista. Yeah, I'm sure you met CJ in Puerto Rico. He's the Filipino guy.
I think so. CJ
Batista, Pinoy Power.
Us at that restaurant, I had the giant pork chop.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he was with us at the fort. Happy guy, very happy guy, smiley face guy.
Yes. Good to see you, CJ.
We're talking about Hyatt certs. I have 2 free nights for Hyatt Brand Explorer Challenge, reaching 30. Oh, very cool. Yeah, that's awesome. Sand fleas are bad in Roatan. Locals use a repellent called cactus juice. Okay, good. Very good tip. I don't want sand fleas. Cesar buys the guest of honor.
Makes sense.
$80. Don't have to deal with the Hyatt program. I like that. What's Norican? Right after Thanksgiving, he's going Lufthansa A380s, baby, to Munich. Very cool. That's a long flight.
That's what I flew on. Not that route, but that plane with Lufthansa coming home from Europe this past summer.
Christmas markets. I really want to do the Christmas markets. I don't know how it's going to happen because that's such a busy time of year.
Yeah.
I got caught with ice cubes in Cancun once upon a time. You know what? I'm going to be honest. I've been to Mexico a few times, and I just ignore that. Maybe I'm a billy goat. Maybe it's just the only thing that hit me was, I wish I don't want to look for the picture. I took a tour in Lima, Peru. I took a tour to like Lima's a big city. It's a world city. But outside of Lima is where you get into the different world of the I don't know how to explain it, but much different place than in the city. And this lady was selling this giant 2-liter bottle of what looked like mud, and it was some kind of corn juice booze type stuff she made. And I drank some of that, and it didn't do anything to me until I got home. And when I got home, it was about 2 days of detox. So that was the only time that any of the water or anything got me there. Whoops. Rich says meetup dates September 5th, Saturday at the Pineapple Fountain. I'll be staying at the Wild Dunes. Very cool. CJ Batista's talking to Cesar. Labor Day is a tough weekend for. Yeah, I mean, I agree. It's just really almost every local place has a to do for Labor Day. Yeah, it's always. We should all go to Carlos's game instead. Oh my goodness, you guys would. Yeah, he would die. He would love that. John's not gonna. Oh, he thinks he can make Charleston. All right. Previous weekend is gonna be in San Antone.
He says
Iron Maiden
think I can make it.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't read tonight.
That's right,
John. We'll do a meetup somewhere. Or maybe I'll go to the Iron Maiden concert. I bet Doug likes Iron Maiden. Not exactly.
You can tell by my record collection, right?
Yeah. John, I'm with you, man. That's Labor Day's not gonna happen for me. Disney Stignia staycation next week with a Aspire card. Nice, guys. Charleston's going to be a bit tough from the west. Yeah, and yeah, I mean, Vegas seemed like it was almost centrally located because it's almost easy for anyone to get to Vegas. They've kind of made it that way. Puerto Rico was pretty far east, and to do another East Coast on Charleston, I thought the West Coasters might. Oh man, Gaming. So what happened in Mexico? Mexico City was what I suggested. Nobody wanted to do it. As a matter of fact, some people were scared to go.
Maybe next year we can do something a little more of like a middle of the United States hub city. Like I know Dallas or Chicago is not exciting, but everybody can get there in 3 hours or less.
I think Dallas is probably exciting. There's a lot of stuff there.
Okay. Well, I've never been there other than layovers. So
yeah, I think Dallas, like you said, easiest place in this country to get to. I mean, everybody's got to flight to Dallas. Houston's a good option too. Houston's a food town.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Houston's got crazy good food.
I've got nonstops from Des Moines to both of those cities, so I'm covered.
Go.
Iowa's in the middle of the country too.
Yeah. We got a question from Christian. DuGroz, what is your opinion on the Chase trifecta and the City Strata? Well, okay, so the city trifecta with the Strata Elite. I don't know if you want me to compare them?
To compare them? I'll make that assumption. I think I like Chase better in the sense that it's, well, at least up until now, it's been easier to earn lots of points easily and quickly. But that's through sign-up bonuses, referrals, that kind of stuff. I think City is better for everyday spend, probably. Just your ordinary, regular, actual, not working on a sign-up bonus type stuff. So based on where I'm at right now, with the advice from mi hermano, Cesar, I'm leaning into City. I'm accepting the fact reluctantly that I guess I'm a City guy. So going to be working on that. Probably after the start of the year, I'm going to try to get the Strata Elite. I got one card dropping off my 524. My inquiries will be lessened come around late January, early February. That seems like the right time for me to jump into that. I like American Airlines as an option. I like, at least hypothetically, Preferred Hotels as an option. I only used it once. I like the fact that you can cash out at a penny per point if necessary. Mm-hmm. I know it's not the sexiest thing, but having that as a fallback is always a good fallback. But yeah, you can do that with Chase also. 2x versus 1.5x. I'll call that the tiebreaker, and tie goes to City.
What about this, Doug? What is there a better complementary duo than Chase and City? Chase or City can cover your gas and your groceries, and Chase you can do some higher level techniques with.
Some strategery.
I think they complement each other really, really well.
They do, yeah. And I have both. I'm planning on keeping both. Although I don't use Chase as a trifecta, I use it on weird DuGroz stuff that's higher level, more complex, maybe not as beginner, but I do use them. I'm not getting rid of it anytime soon.
If I had a roadmap, my roadmap would consist of focusing on these two issuers. Now, but if I had a roadmap, I would also recognize I'm about 6 months away from getting approved for any City cards. So I in 6 months, I'd like to say, hey, these are my two issuers because I already have the Strata Premier and the Custom Cash. But I think to run this setup, I really want that double cash. And that might be it. But I think I would take a chance on that Strata Elite and the Strata card, the no annual fee Strata card.
As far as I'm aware, and someone correct me if I'm wrong, City's become real particular about product changing from like a co-branded card to a thank you card, like American Airlines to thank you. But within the thank you cards, I think they're pretty liberal on product changes once you get past your first year.
I chatted with them a week or two ago, and I wanted to change my Strata Premier to a Strata Elite and change my Custom Cash to a Strata. And what they did was they said, okay, for your Custom Cash, the following are available for product change. The Strata card was there. The Strata Premier was there. A few other cards. The Strata Elite was not available for either one of my cards to product change to.
Oh, okay.
So the new high-end one was not available. So that means I kind of have to wait because I would like to get that card. So I hate to say it because I've been predicting moving away from Amex for seems like forever. I think I'm kind of stuck with Amex until I can get approved for City cards. So, and come on, that's not a bad thing.
I wonder if you start out with the Strata Elite, do a whole year, will they let you downgrade to the Premier? I would hope so.
I bet they would, but I can't get approved for it.
Right. Are you going to be patient enough to not get anything between now and 6 months from now?
Well, I'm throwing down the gauntlet right here, right now with you as my witness.
Okay.
And now listen, I just got approved for a card yesterday or the day before. So when I do a video on that, that does not count. From today, my birthday's in June.
Okay.
I won't apply for a new card until June.
Till your birthday.
June.
The month of your birthday.
The month of June.
Okay. All right. We're all going
right now. You hear it. Downgrades, upgrades, those might happen, but no new cards and no new inquiries until June.
Not even business cards?
Not if they have an inquiry. So
okay.
let's use the exception we're all thinking of. If there's a business card at Amex that I want, that might be an idea, but no more inquiries until June. I'm saying it right here, right now. So that means I have to stick to it.
Pinky swear.
All that stuff. Here's another question for you. What U.S. bank travel partners are you hoping for?
Well, hoping and thinking will happen are two very different things. I would love them to have Hilton and Hyatt.
And simplify it. Do you think they'll get better than Wells or worse than Wells?
No, I think it'll be almost exactly the same. I think you're going to have
Flying Blue,
Virgin, a smattering of Avios. You might get Choice Hotels and maybe at 1 to 2. If they could get something interesting like a rental car partner, that might be a minor win. Some people will argue with me like, well, Bilt got Hyatt. I think
Bilt doesn't make money. Bilt doesn't make money, and Bilt is on its third card issuer in like 18 months.
Yeah,
so
Bilt is not a bank, even though they kind of function like one. So I think in the minds of these programs, that somehow makes a difference. But Chase isn't going to let US Bank get Hyatt. Amex isn't going to let US Bank get Hilton, so on and so forth. So the best we could hope for would be kind of those generic Avios,
Wyndham.
Flying Blue, Choice type partners, maybe Aeroplan, Virgin. You know, the creativity would be something that you don't normally think of. In fact, I just recently heard, was it Mesa got a transfer partner that like no one else has had, and I can't remember what it was. But you know,
I always thought the Mesa card was an Aeroplan card. It was basically an Aeroplan points card, because the rest of them were like, what is this?
yeah. But you know, if they could get like, I've still always wondered why, like, you know, nobody has Amtrak as a partner. Now, I think Chase did a long time ago. Why does nobody have a rental car partner like Hertz or Enterprise or Alamo or something like that? You know, and make it and I don't even know how the ratios would work out to be sensible, but surely somebody can figure that out. So a lot of people have said Korean Air, the US card is issued by US Bank, so maybe they'll get Korean Air.
That makes sense.
I don't know enough to know if that's compelling, if they have sweet spots playing arbitrage on other airlines. I just don't know enough.
You can do oh man, it's a Sky Alliance, right? I'm trying to think. There was to get to Korea, you can, oh man, I want to say it's Flying Blue miles. You can do Flying Blue from like Chicago to Seoul, or so there's a couple of decent redemptions. The thing that I was always curious of is the way their business class is set up. It doesn't look like it's super appealing. Like there's not a throne seat. It seems like I might be stuck lying down next to someone else. And
oh yeah, I wouldn't like that.
No thanks. Yeah, I don't want anybody crawling over me either.
I was more like wondering, could you use Korean Air miles to book on some other airline entirely? Which alliance did you say you think they're a part of?
I think it was Sky Alliance. Is that what's Sky Team? Well, I always mess up. There's
yeah.
Wait a minute. It's Sky Team, right? Yeah.
I'm looking at the
with Delta and Flying Blue and
right now on award.travel, and I can't even find them listed here. Oh yeah, there they are. Sky Team. Yeah, you're right. So Aeromexico, Delta, Flying Blue, Saudia. Can't read what that is. Lotus Miles and Virgin, kind of.
Yeah. So there's some. Maybe you can book Delta. Well, I've never heard anybody booking Delta with Korean Air miles, but I don't know. That's a good idea though. But I don't think that's not like a. I don't think anybody's going to say, "Ooh, sweet, we got Korean Air miles."
If US Bank could get Choice hotels at 1 to 2 and preferred hotels, you know, the same way that Citi does
1 to 4.
At 1 to 4, I would think long and hard about keeping my relationship with the US Bank Altitude Reserve. But if they can't get something at least that good or better, it's probably going to go bye-bye.
Miss Key is in the house. Miss Key, you were absolutely missed in Puerto Rico. Everyone asked, where is she? She's supposed to be here. So hope to see you at the next one. Lukey's still learning the platinum. How do you? I've had the platinum for about 5 years. How do I use my airline credit? I do the easiest thing I can do, and that is just buying United Travel Bank cash. And the thing is because I'm to the point where I don't normally mind paying cash for domestic flights. If it means saving those points for something that's more expensive. So $200 in United cash, I'll use it within a year or 18 months, no problem. I mean, for me, United is basically a positioning flight to Newark or Washington Dulles, pretty much, or Houston. So I'm taking more United flights than I used to. So yeah, it's easy. I did hear someone say that it was possible to. Well, I don't remember, so I don't want to say it. I did hear someone say there might be an opportunity with American, which I don't know. I can't confirm it, so I don't really want to talk about it. But yeah, I do it easy. United, $200. I've only heard amazing things about Mexico City. I can't wait to go there. I can't wait. Like I love. There's something about Latin America. I love the music, the food, the hospitality in a way. Like there's just something about Latin and Mexico is like they've got the pyramids, they've got all this archaeological crazy stuff going on. They've got a really cool history so close to us. I can't wait to go there. NYC is a no-brainer. I mean, how about Austin for a meetup? I know one guy that would like that. Spencer Johnson. I think Spencer Johnson is having a meetup in Austin soon.
Very tall guy.
Yeah, 6'7", I think.
Maybe 6'8", 6'9".
Yeah. You won't catch me dead in Houston. It's too hot. Too hot for Rich. Why is that? Why is it? Why won't you go to Houston? I don't. I'm not a Texas guy, so I don't understand. The first two meetups were during Labor Day weekend. The thing about the meetups is one OG creator picks the spot, puts forth the info with plenty of time, and yeah, absolutely. The thing is if somebody's going to put the effort into kind of taking the baton, that they get to pick it. They get it. It's just the way it is. And like Cesar said, not everybody can go to every creator meetup. So
yeah,
some of us are going to miss those.
You can't pick a place and date that's going to work for 100% of the audience.
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
As best you can. And you can always go to some random city somewhere and invite other people to come if you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do your own.
I'm still waiting for somebody to pick somewhere like crazy. Like it would be so cool if it was in Edinburgh, Scotland, we're meeting up. Like, oh, okay.
It would be, but the attendance would probably be down quite a bit.
Very true. Here we go. Same boat, DuGroz leaning into city next year. Yeah, I think a lot of people are. And the thing is for me, I think American Airlines checks a lot of boxes, and American Airlines is so fun to play their status game. Rick wants Austin. Let's all go to Austin, and we can all stay at Spencer Johnson's apartment. He'll get some makeshift bunk beds and hammocks, and we'll all stay there. Yeah, all of us. Where we got this? Okay, Rich is gonna do. If you guys don't know, Rich with Points has the richwithpoints.com website where you can plug in your credit cards in your wallet and get dumped out a ton of data information. It's the best website in the world. Go check it out. And he's going to prove it that Chase plus City is where it's at.
All right.
Meet up in 10 years. Carlos's home opener for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Okay. That's what he wants. He wants to go to Ohio State. So we'll see. If you're playing the game, getting rid of Amex sounds good, but difficult to accomplish. 100%. I think I'll come clean now. I think I may just stop trying. Like just embrace the coupon, embrace the Lululemon sweatshirts. I might even get one of those stupid rings for Black Friday. I might just stop trying to go against them. Are you going to open a city bank account? I opened one of those one time, and they paid me the bonus twice. I thought that was kind of funny because City is so jacked up.
They are screwed up,
and they gave me the bonus twice. Yeah.
When it works great, and when it doesn't, it's a nightmare. So I'm not doing that again. I had a terrible experience.
I won't open a bank account with Bank of America ever again. I opened a business bank account, and I won't even tell this right. It was so odd and complicated, but I opened a business checking account online, and they told me I was not allowed to have access to it online.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me that.
So they said I had to go to a branch, and I think it was all because they spelled Luke's Points and Miles with an apostrophe, and the state paperwork has no apostrophe. So nobody told them to use an apostrophe, but they did. So the only way to fix that would be to go to a Bank of America. And I said, and I even told them, I go, I'm not doing that. I don't go in and talk to people in person. Like I don't, that's not worth my time. So then she said, oh man, what did she say? She said, well, if your account was 0, it would end up closing or something. And I don't remember how I got the money out of there, but I got the money out of there somehow. And I think there's still an account out there open with no money in it. I don't know because I'm not calling them. Rant over.
Now, if that was Citi, then about a year from now, they would send you an email saying your account is overdrawn.
Yeah.
Your account
Absolutely.
with no balance that you thought was closed.
Christian got the Citi Strata Elite and he's going to apply for the custom cash. Okay, yeah. Does a bank account help that much? I don't know. I don't think so. I have a lot of bank accounts. I don't know if it helps or not, honestly. I've never heard anybody say it does. Okay, here we go. Key's got a question for you, Doug. What are you doing with your US bar?
I'm in wait and see mode right now. I haven't been using it for several months. I got my points all the way down to 0, and so I'm lucky in that my annual fee doesn't post until February, so I get to see the new transfer partners, any updates in December before making a decision.
Yeah, that's probably smart. Don't want to close it too soon.
Now, I don't know, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know that US Bank has officially said they're going to release their transfer partners in December, but like December 21st or something like that is when the US Bank Altitude Reserve changes and the 1.5 real-time rewards goes away. So it makes all the sense in the world for those two things to go together. If they take away your benefits and don't introduce anything new, that'll be a pretty bad PR move. So I'm assuming they'll tell us in December.
Alex likes Latin America. I listen, Doug. I could just do Latin America for the next 18 months.
Hey,
forget Europe.
We were together.
Yeah, forget Europe. Forget everything, because I learned something. I think I told you this. I learned that all those Latin American countries are completely different.
Yeah,
no one told me that. No one made an effort to teach me that growing up.
And they don't all get along.
No, they don't at all. But I could just tour Latin America. I like it so much. Cesar cleared it up. Spencer is actually 7 feet 6 inches tall.
Okay, thank you.
Which is extremely tall, if you didn't know. Houston's the armpit of Texas. All right. Is that some kind of rivalry with the Big D? I don't know. Mexico City is sinking 50 centimeters. That's 50 centimeters. Are we sure that's an accurate number? That sounds like a lot.
That's about 10 centimeters. So 5 of these.
A year? Oof.
I like that.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
Somebody Google that and check Rich's
Can I get a confirmation? Sounds like he knows what he's doing.
Captain Fact Check, can you report? Okay, where are we at here? Oh, that's a pretty good question. What transfer partners would Wells Fargo need to add to get you excited?
You want me to field that one?
I like Wells Fargo. To me, the only thing they need is Air Canada.
It would be a big step in the right direction.
They've got choice at 1 to 2. They got Flying Blue and Virgin. They've got Avios. If they have Air Canada, I hate to say it, but that's all you need. Unless you're going to be really demanding and say, I have to have a legacy carrier too.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen.
You can cash out a penny per point if necessary, which is good.
And a bunch of cards. Yeah.
I've thought about leaning into Wells Fargo, especially since I have that grandfathered Golden Ponies card that lets you do 1.5x in the portal. I don't know how long that'll be sticking around. I actually predicted like 2 years ago that when American Airlines was coming up for renewal, Wells would make a big move and try to steal them away from Citi. Either I was just straight up wrong or they tried and it didn't work, one of the two. I was probably just straight up wrong.
I thought they would have made a move by now with a big league card, which apparently their big league card comes out soon. I think someone said.
I don't know that there's any timeline. It's been predicted for about a year now.
After Citi came out with what they came out with, I'm not expecting anything from Wells. Mr. Juan Garcia says Mexico City's vibrant. History, restaurants, foodies, and constant traffic. I don't drive when I go places like that, so I'm not worried about. I know in Lima at least one night I took a cab, and it took about an hour and a half to go about 3 miles during rush
Boy.
hour, but it was also not walkable. So I just hang out in the cab. All right, what do we have here? We did the creator. What do you, Doug? I want to get your thoughts on this. Did you get? I know you have the Capital One Venture X. Did you get a bonus with it?
Yeah,
Did you
I
get
did.
it back when it was 100K?
I got it shortly after it came out. Yes, it was 100K. Plus, there was some sort of like Airbnb type credit.
That's right. Yeah,
I don't remember how much it was. $200, $300, something like that.
vacation rental or something.
Vacation rentals, yeah. And I used that. I think at an Airbnb in Yorktown, Virginia.
Oh, I got a tattoo there when I was a kid.
Oh, okay. Where the Revolutionary War ended, and they have a big shipyard too.
I want to say tattoos were illegal in Norfolk back in the day. I'm pretty sure that's not the case anymore, but you had to go to Yorktown to. There you go. Now, do you think? Okay, so everybody obviously has negative things to say about Capital One as far as their application process.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think if you don't have any Capital One cards with this new special offer, this might be the time to apply for it? This might be the time to shoot your shot, they say.
Yeah, I do. Also, somebody told me in the comment section of one of my videos that they're doing kind of an ad blitz right now. So you could take that as a sign that Capital One is desperate for new customers. I actually got a targeted mailer for the no rewards platinum card from Capital One. So I didn't take it up. I didn't take them up on the offer. But, and it said something like, "This is great for people who need to build their credit." And I'm like, "Why?
Yeah,
why
it
are you
is
sending me this? My credit score is like 805 or something like that."
Well, I'm definitely a fan of the Capital One Venture X. I have mentioned recently that it could find its way out of my wallet, but it doesn't mean it's not a super high level card in my opinion. And by the way, I do have a link for the 100K offer in the description below. So if you don't have any Capital One cards or you don't have the Venture X, might be the time to shoot your shot right before Christmas. I'm a big fan. I think it offers a lot of stuff that we say we want in the industry. We want simplicity and we want value. And this one, it just has it. And even if I don't have it, or even if I don't continue to hold it, I'll still say the Capital One Duo is the best 1-2 punch of the game.
Yeah. So in my case, my Capital One Venture X is actually my oldest credit card.
Mine too. It's mine too.
It's 25 years old. Now, it wasn't a Venture X 25 years ago. It was some random no rewards Capital One card. I think it was just called the Capital One card. And it ended up as a Venture One. And then 3 or 4 years ago, whenever it was, I applied for a Venture X. And after a year or two, those two flip-flopped. I downgraded my Venture X to a Venture One. I upgraded my oldest card from a Venture One to a Venture X. So
mine was the original Venture card, the 2X with no partners.
Okay, there you go.
2009, maybe something like that. 2008, something. So I'll never cancel it. But I just wanted to mention it's 100,000 venture miles. I think it's a good deal. I think it's still 6,000 spent. I think. So if you're interested, there is a link in the description. Big Kurt just hit us with a 2-piece.
Heyo.
Thank you, sir. $2, and Manuel Jimenez wants to spend that in Austin on the Big Time Barbecue.
Big Kurt also just became a channel member of yours.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Big Kurt became a channel member, and he also shares the same love for Latin America. Thinking about downgraded as platinum to the green on the anniversary date. What do I think? I don't think anybody could ever tell you that's a bad move. Just because the platinum is expensive and a lot of work. I don't think it's for everyone. I probably would not recommend it to very many people who aren't completely nerded out in this game. But I think I'm keeping mine. It's just like as much as I want to get rid of it and to get simple and to get what's the word I'm looking for? A Spartan. It's not going to happen. It does too much for me. And the daggone customer service is too good. I'm telling you right now, Doug, I've done things that are so stupid, and I've called American Express, and they've went, And I can hear the guys, yeah, that is stupid. We're gonna take care of this for you, buddy. I booked a trip to the Amex travel portal to Tokyo, Japan, as COVID was ending. So, and it was it was one of those crazy deals. I think it was $600 round trip to Tokyo. So it's something weird in economy, something I wouldn't normally have purchased, but I did. Now the trip started getting closer and closer, and it was in October of whatever year it was. And Japan was not allowing tourists in until the following month. They wouldn't let me change the ticket, and they wouldn't let me in the country. So I said, hey, what do you want me to do? I'm calling Japan, which is kind of a pain. I'm like, what do you want me to do here? I have these tickets. You refuse to refund them. What do you want me to do? And they were just hell bent on, you just got to look.
You're screwed.
You're just screwed.
What airline was it?
Japan Air, JAL.
Okay.
So I called Amex, and they said they would call JAL and try to get it worked out. A couple of days went by, and Amex kept calling me and telling me, hey, we got a hold of this person, but we have to call back this tomorrow. Time change and all that good stuff. Well, finally, American Express said they will not budge. They will not refund you. They will not allow you in the country. So we're going to refund you. They completely refunded me. They didn't have to. Like there's no way I could have demanded that. You know,
No.
Like you're the bonehead that booked a ticket to a country you're not allowed in. But that was just one example of they just, hey, we'll take care of it. You've been a customer for X amount of years, we'll refund it. So it's stuff like that where it's like, yeah, I don't like the stupid Grubhub credit. Yeah. I don't want to go to that silly exercise place, whatever it's called. But you take care of business when I really need it. That's not the only story I have. I have a bunch of stories. So yeah. I think it may stay in the wallet, man.
I also like that you can probably not something that level, but you can take care of a lot of things over chat. You don't even have to call in. 100%. And if you have a player two like mine that just hates, and I mean hates making phone calls to banks, 100%. That's a handy feature.
We've got, I'm sorry, I got to hear the wrong one. Belmont County, Ohio. All my Ohio guys in the chat, your big leaguers, of course. Drive past Hampton and Wheeling a lot. He eats across the road at the Wheel. Generations are figuritas. Figurettas? I don't know. Sounds Italian. Figili. Not at the Ogilvy Resort. Golf course designed by Arnie Parmy. I think Wheeling would be fun. I think you're on it for a mini thing.
When I was there, Warren, the restaurant right across the street was called TJ's Sports Bar and Grill. Did they go out of business? We'll have to catch up on that.
Nothing goes out of business in West Virginia. So Rich said, maybe Rich is right, man. 50 centimeters. That's
just groked it. What's groking?
That's an artificial intelligence program. Like, I think it's Grok.
Or is it Grok? Yeah. Okay. I'm up
Grok
to
is in the Teslas,
2017 in my technological understanding. Yeah. I'm still playing catch up here.
Yeah. Mr. Jake says, "How's it going, guys? Thank you, Jake, for showing up. We're having a blast, man. We're an hour into it, and everything's good. We got some good stuff here. Mexico City is sinking as it was built on the Lake Texcoco. Now relies on depleting underground aquifers. Yeah, I knew it was sinking, but 50 centimeters sounds pretty drastic. Big Kurt says they're offering $400K for the Ventrex business card, though. I see a lot of creators dog it and talk down about it. I think they fail to realize it's a business card for businesses. It's not for you to buy StreamYard for $40 a month. It's for some dude who's buying, a couple $200K in inventory a month and turning that. It's not for us hobbyists. So you can't say it's terrible, but if it's not for us.
You have to spend $150K in the first 6 months to get all of that.
Yeah, and that's a lot.
I've thought before about getting the Ventrex for business without a sign-up bonus just for the sake of having it. But
yeah, I think it works.
Haven't.
Newigan's annual fee just hit for his venture. Keep trying to get a retention offer. I don't know if Capital One has ever given anybody a retention offer. And by the way, I think that's I think that's something us in the creator industry has really dropped the ball on, is instructing people to call every single year for retention offers. I think that's why they're pretty much going away. Because I've heard stories of people calling every 6 months for a retention offer. And I wish they wouldn't do that. All
I
right,
do it on only like the big Amex cards that I'm legitimately thinking about canceling, like the Platinum or Business Gold.
I will say this too. It might have been on your live I was listening to.
Chase cards and US Bank Altitude Reserve. That I don't do it on like the little $95 cards.
Here's a tip for you guys. Here's a gem. You can call Citi just about any time, and you can get a retention offer even on no annual fee cards.
Yeah, I need to try that someday.
Anytime. It might come with a spending requirement, but who cares?
But we just said we wished everybody wouldn't do it because then they stop offering it. So.
Hey, my hypocrisy knows no bounds.
Same. I'm incredibly hypocritical. Like, you shouldn't worry about just sign up for as many cards as you can. Like, I don't want to do that though.
Spend on all of them too. Mr. James Duff. We met James Duff in Puerto Rico too. I'm not sure if you met him or not, but I did. Thank you for the 5 spot. He was a tall guy. He's an Army veteran. Army guy.
Were you the one wearing the frequent miler hat part of the time?
I don't know.
If I don't remember, James, I sincerely apologize.
He was there for sure. He's a good dude. He's big league. So we talked about the Venture X. What? Okay, so let's go over this because I know a lot of people probably went over this, but if you didn't know, if you use Rakuten, it's a cashback shopping portal. A lot of people seem to think it's a plugin. It has a plugin option, but you never ever have to use a plugin. You can just click through the shopping portal to earn cashback or Amex MR points. Well, the big news is, Doug, I know you know, but the big news is now you have the option to earn built rewards. And I don't think anybody will disagree with me when I say built rewards points are really, really great and powerful. Huge optionality. They have Hyatt. They have Alaska Air. They have a ridiculous number of partners. And for the next 6 months, you can choose to earn built rewards at a 1-to-1 ratio. So 1 penny would be 1 built reward. That's going to change after 6 months. And depending on if you have status with built, that'll be different. I think if you have at least silver status with built, you'll continue that 1-to-1 ratio. If you don't, you'll get half a built point for each penny. Either way, my suggestion is if you don't use Rakuten, then click in the description below and start using Rakuten. You can get $50 or 5,000 Amex MR points or built points on your first purchase. And it's an easy way to rack up a ton of points, especially in the holiday season. So use the link in the description, sign up, go through the settings and all that good stuff, and pick if you want to earn MR points or built points. If you're doing built, do that for the next 6 months and then be prepared to change it over to something else if you don't have built status. But at least for the next 6 months, I think it's a no-brainer, man. I love Rakuten. Do you use Rakuten?
I do, but I don't seem to use it as much as some people seem to be in bed with it. And I only find it occasionally helpful. Maybe I'm just too cheap. I do a lot of our shopping at Walmart.
Right. Yeah. They keep track of all your earnings and stuff. And I've earned almost $9,000 at Rakuten. And that means 900,000 Amex MR points just on the shop. Now, a lot of that's referrals. A lot of that, because for a couple of years, I plugged Rakuten in every video.
And you're saying you earned $9,000, not you spent $9,000.
Correct.
Earned. So your spending would have been dramatically more than that.
Well, like I said, most of these are referrals.
Okay.
So, and then like years ago, before Rakuten was as popular, I got a lot of referrals from it. Not so much anymore because everybody uses it, but
yeah, it's hard to find
900,000 Amex MR points. I mean,
that's nothing to sneeze at.
No, that's a fun vacation, but not much to say. Yeah, not much to say about built rewards with Rakuten. Just wanted to mention it on here because I didn't want anybody to not know that. So we kind of have the story of the day, Doug. And I know you're not the biggest Hilton guy in the world, but there's a new Hilton status.
I want to be a Hilton guy.
You want to be a Hilton guy? Okay.
I don't want to
So
be a Hilton guy.
it looks like they're introducing a new top level of status, the Diamond Reserve. Um, whoops, wrong one. That's Rakuten. I did have a couple things set up. You'd have been proud, but not that. I do have a. I am going to show something here. We'll see what I have.
Was it Diamond
Share
Reserve or Diamond Elite?
Diamond Reserve.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so we have to use the reserve terminology. And here's the thing. This is my take on this. My nutshell take. All the kind of diamond benefits that you were entitled to possibly get, they're just kind of guaranteed with the reserve. So, and then they may even be harder to get with a diamond in the future. Like diamond is supposed to have confirmable upgrade rewards when you first book your room. 120% points boost. This is the one that a lot of people, I don't know if I've ever seen one of these, but a premium club access. That's not the executive lounge access that I've spoke super highly of. I think that's awesome, but apparently they have premium clubs. Don't know exactly.
What that would be.
Yeah, I'm sure that's great. And if you remember, if you've been in Hilton for a while, they took away the late checkout. You can still request it, but they took it off the diamond benefits about 6 or 8 months ago. So now they're putting, so since we've all forgotten about that, they're giving it Diamond Reserve a guaranteed 4 p.m. late checkout. I think these are great benefits and great boosts. However, I don't know how I would ever become, I don't know how I would ever become a Diamond Reserve, because let me see if I can find what you need for that. I think it's 80 nights. I'll never stay 80 nights in a hotel. And if I do, something terribly wrong happened in my life.
40 stays or 80 nights and 18,000 in spend. And I think that's 18,000 to spend at Hilton's.
Yes. Yeah. 18,000.
Anything on the card.
Yep. Yeah. If it was anything, it'd be pretty easy. But yeah, so $18,000 spend
and that's
on the card.
That's an and, not an or. So you have to have the stays or nights and the spend, both. There is no path to spend your way there.
That's tough. Unless you're like Chad's Money Minutes, who travels for work every night. You know, that I don't know if that's a leisure travel aspiration. So, and there's no shortcuts that I've heard.
Nope.
Not heard of anybody with any exploits or shortcuts or anything. So what do you think, Doug? Does that make you more or less interested in Hilton as a program? Does it matter at all?
I'm open to being talked into or out of what I'm about to say, but my gut feeling is it's just a big nothing burger. It doesn't really affect us at all. You know, I've read one or two posts on videos that say something like, oh, well, now the Diamond Reserve people are going to get all the upgrades, and those of us who have either Diamond from the Aspire or Gold from the Strata is the wrong word, Surpass, are going to be like 4th or 5th in line, and we're never going to get upgrades. I feel like the number of people who are going to hit this naturally has got to be slim. Maybe there's way more people who are forced to travel for work and forced to stay in Hilton's than I know. And something else I've also wondered, maybe someone in the comment section can speak to this. If you work for a company that insists you stay at Hilton, when it comes time for your family vacation, are you wanting to stay at a Hilton? Or are you like, oh, dear Lord, anything but a Hilton? If you're forced to stay at IHGs, do you want to go to another IHG for your vacation? I don't know. I mean, I sit in a cubicle or at my desk at home all day. So for me, a double tree is exciting, but I don't know about those road warriors who travel for business.
Yeah, I would think, well, only way that makes it sense, if you turn it around and you put it on the Marriott side, I could see these guys staying at Fairfield Inns and Courtyards for work, and maybe a Marriott, and then for vacation, yeah, they've got the points for the JW or, something, the W, something spicy. I think it might. I think the other brands in the Hilton portfolio might be different enough to. I don't know though. I like I said, I don't want to spend 100 nights a year in a hotel. I don't want to live that kind of life at all. So
Yeah. Chad is about the only person I know who travels for work enough for it to be, significant. I mean, I have some friends that travel 6 or 7 times a year, but none of these like 80 nights a year type people. I just don't know any of them.
Yeah, and that's tough work. Like that's awesome. They can do that.
It is.
Happy Tom Hapyik says, sounds like 40 one-night stays would do it. Am I wrong? Yeah. Or 40, 40 one-night stays would do it. But no, yeah. 40 stays or 80 nights. So yeah.
Yeah, 40 one-night stays, you're good.
You could do that. Now, let me ask you, is it worth, assuming you're gaming this in some way, you still have to spend still have to spend 18 G's. I don't think that's worth the status overall when I can get the next best thing with $550 credit card. So yeah, I'm with you. I think it's kind of exciting that there's news, and it sounds like Hilton does want to provide something for those people that probably deserve it. But as far as the credit card game, unless you're a digital nomad, I think this is a nothing burger. Like just like I'm never going to be Hyatt Globalist unless there's a workaround. Like I'm one of those people who think anybody, for any reason, that does the mattress runs where you ghost book these things and don't stay there, I think they're insane for that. I don't care what their math says. Like I don't think it makes any sense whatsoever to spend your points or your dollar bills to book hotels that you could otherwise be booking for stays with your family just to get Hyatt status. Insane. I don't care what the math says. I don't care if you have a honeymoon next year and Globalists will grant you $57,000 in value. I don't care.
What if you're not doing it for status? What if you're just doing it because the math works out to basically buying points super cheap? Would you support that?
What do you mean? Like mattress runs for?
Yeah, mattress run.
And not staying at the hotels.
Right. Like Wyndham has one right now where you can triple dip 3 different promotions. And the way it works out is if you find a cheap enough one, you're effectively buying your points for about half a penny each.
I mean, that makes sense.
Which is less than they ever sell for.
That sounds like a really complicated way of doing that, but if that's your thing, I get it. Considering you can just buy IHG for half a cent.
I did it one time ever and it didn't work.
Oh, well, yeah, that's the other risk. I mean, maybe it doesn't all work out like it's supposed to.
And I probably could have, filed a complaint with the comptroller or something and fought it tooth and nail, but that extra 5,000 Wyndham points isn't worth it.
Yeah, it's Mike, it's 40 stays and 18 grand or 80 nights and 18 grand. So you could stay 20 stays as long as you had 80 nights.
If you average 4 nights per stay, then you'd hit your 80 nights. I think they did it that way so that they aren't punishing people who do less than 40 long stays.
Yeah,
like it would stink if you had 39 stays that averaged 4 nights each and didn't hit it. So they put that other in there.
Yeah, Tom has a good example. Like if you're just doing the 40 nights, 40 stays, that's a very expensive stays. You are killing it. I met a retired federal government executive who earned Hilton Diamond just with work travel. She doesn't have an Aspire. I wouldn't be surprised if she got Lifetime Diamond. Here's another question. I don't want to talk too much about this because it doesn't really apply to anybody. But let's say you just picked up Hilton Lifetime Diamond and you're not even eligible for Diamond Reserve.
That would be a bummer.
Do you feel bad? Or maybe let's say I'm eligible for it next year.
I just did the math, by the way. It's $450 per night.
That's not terrible, right? I mean,
but 40 times? in a year. 40 one-night stays and $450 each.
Still $18,000.
I'm
Somebody
not
at home is
running that one.
Yeah, somebody at home is trying to figure out how many points they'll earn and see if it's worth it. No way. All right. So enough about Hilton status. I agree with you. I think it's interesting. I don't think it's worth a ton of our time. This is what we're going to end off with, guys. We're already at 1 hour and 20 minutes, so we're going to end with I think we'll both take a turn with this. Doug, I want to ask you, do you have any big plans for 2026? And you already told us you have the meetup for travel, but I'm sure I guarantee there's something in the back of your head for travel. And do you have any plans for your channel, which is DuGroz Reports? If you haven't been there, go after you watch this, go straight to it, binge watch all the videos and subscribe.
All of them, every single one.
Every single one. So
Really,
what do you what
all the early ones?
yeah, especially the first ones. So what's 2026 look like for you? Well, and as Cesar said, hit the thumbs up while you're at it.
Yeah, smash it. I don't have like firm plans other than the meetup, but I have concepts of a plan in place. So I'll, unless something really weird happens, I'll take a rip trip in April and again in probably October, very early November. I'm a sucker for fall foliage, so I usually try to go with someplace with changing leaves in the fall. I'll do the creator meetup. And then in the summer, this coming summer is my wife and I's 25th wedding anniversary. So
wow, congratulations.
I thank you. Appreciate that. I got to do something that's a little on the special side. And that's going to involve a little balance. My wife is one of those people where she loves travel, but she hates flying. Mm-hmm. So the nonstop options from Des Moines aren't huge. So we'll probably do, the past 3 years, we've done like a 2-week, like 12 to 15 day trip in the summer. We'll probably do 2 shorter trips, maybe like 5 days each, 6 days each, somewhere in the summer, one with the kids and one without the kids.
Nice.
I'm not sure what that'll be yet. Somewhere in the back of her head, she's mentioned she wants to go to Prince Edward Island in Canada because that's where Anne of Green Gables is set, and that's one of her favorite books. So we could make that happen, but there'd have to be at least 2 layovers, and that's a little less desirable. Or maybe we'll just go sit on a beach somewhere. Who knows? Vacasa, their partnership with Wyndham is coming to an end very soon. You have to book in the next 10 days, and it has to be by the end of January. So I have bantied around the ideas of us getting away to someplace warm for like 3 days just before that collapses. There's a lot
Never a bad idea.
There's a lot of Vacasas on like the Gulf Coast in Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, or San Diego, something like that. But those are just ideas. Haven't committed to any of those yet. And then YouTube plans. Now I don't have any YouTube plans. I think I mentioned on a live stream a couple weeks ago that for every one video you see, I've got about 5 ideas, and I keep a list in my phone of what they are. It's just my life's been pretty busy lately, so I haven't had time to get to a lot of them. But I will try my best to do more standalone videos. And if you wandered in and don't know much about me, I do a live stream every Saturday morning, 10:30 a.m. Eastern, 9:30 Central Time. I try to do it early enough that it doesn't conflict with as many activities. So
it's a good one, guys. It's a much more organized and info driven. It's a good live. I told Doug in Puerto Rico, like his live hits the same time on Saturday, where if there's not any kids sports, I get up and I go to the gym, and when I get home, it's kind of this area where my wife's getting ready to go to the gym. My son's up and he's eating cereal, and I'm at home drinking a protein shake or whatever. So we all kind of sitting around listening to Doug talk. And it's just the perfect time of when everybody is kind of liaisoning in the living room.
Yeah. So, I said, I greeted your wife, and she said, yeah, I know who you are. I hear you almost every Saturday.
Yeah. Real quick, I want to recognize Mr. Miles of Smiles for the big time 20 piece. Thanks, guys, for the great live. Seriously appreciate it, man. You are too kind.
Thanks, Mike.
Absolutely. And to finish up, whoops, where we go here? Where are we? Sorry, guys. The banners. For me, for travel and YouTube plans for 2026, I have travel booked out until the summer. I'm going to Madrid, Spain solo in January.
No, congrats.
So yeah, I'm super stoked about that. March is my 10th anniversary. So I'm not at 25, but
Congrats.
my wife is of Irish descent, and we are married on St. Patrick's Day. So we are going to Chicago to see the Green River and do all that St. Patrick's Day stuff. That's a really easy flight for us. So just a couple quick days in Chicago, and then the spring break in RAKUTEN. And then this summer, I finally get to do my 10-person all-inclusive Mexico trip. That should exhaust everyone to death. So I'm really proud about that. And then I'm open. I've got to do something for Carlos's birthday. And the kids get a week off in October here for a local festival. So they forego a couple holidays to have a week in October, and it's a perfect time for us to
that's perfect.
Not be at the festival. So October is open. October is open for something spectacular, and I really want to wait to book that. I don't want to book it now, so I cancel it 3 times. I want to wait, find a really good deal, and book that. And for YouTube, man, I'm like you. It's if you're a working dad and running a family, I'm just hoping to still be here in 2026.
Yeah.
I love doing YouTube. I would say if I had a prediction, it would probably be more videos and less lives. But I love doing the live, so I don't know if that'll happen.
Either one's great. Hey, when you do your 10-person mega trip in summer, what hotel points are you using?
Hilton. 1.6 million Hilton points.
That's what I thought. But earlier in this live, you said something like, I'm kind of getting out of Hilton.
Yeah.
Or did you mean because I'm spending them all?
No, well, I have spent them all. They're all deployed. All the points are deployed.
They are committed. Okay.
I'm staying at the Waldorf in Chicago. I'm staying at the Curio in Madrid, and I'm staying at the Mar Caribe in Cancun. So they'll be gone. And I think at that point, I'm going to be doing Hyatts and IHGs.
It'll be interesting to see if you start hopping back in towards the end of 2026.
Totally possible.
If you'll be able to resist.
I do want to love points. I'm trying to look for your question, man. So give me a second. When I have a guest on, I generally can't do all the comments, but I will try to find this one. Oh man, let me JP, we need some more videos from you, man. And we missed you in Puerto Rico. That's all I'm saying to you. You need to get back in the community. What confirming? Okay, I need to find this guy. Love points. Here we go. Listen to this. Okay, there's 2 of them. If I have some ultimate rewards in the Ink Unlimited and the Ink Preferred, but the Ink Preferred is worth, and the Ink Unlimited is only worth 1 if I want to transfer to Virgin. Okay, so yeah, those points are, you're going to have to, we'll get to this here in a second. Can I transfer the points from the Ink Unlimited to the Ink Preferred? Yes. And then transfer the points, no, here's the thing. With your Ink Preferred, with your Ink Preferred or your Sapphire cards, they do not transfer to partners at anything but 1 point to 1 point. Like that 1.25 is a boost in the travel portal. So if you want to book travel in the travel portal, you can transfer those points to the Ink Preferred and possibly get a boost. Those rules have changed lately, so it used to be always 1.25. Now it's going to be somewhere between 1 and 1.75. So, but if you're transferring them to Virgin or a partner, it'll be 1-to-1. I hope that makes sense. Here's what I would suggest. Dive into some Chase videos because all that stuff has changed recently, but it's not quite as complicated. All your Chase points can be transferred to an Ink Preferred if that's what you have to access partners. I hope I'm explaining that as simple as I can.
Is there a transfer bonus to Virgin right now?
I don't know.
my initial thought was he means 1.25 in the portal also. And if you have grandfathered points, that's what it is. But I did just think out loud, like, I wonder if there's a current transfer bonus. I was trying to look it up real quick, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it. Here,
Yeah.
Got a frequent miler. There is a 40% bonus to Virgin from Chase right now.
Okay.
Goes through the end of today. So you don't have a lot of time.
Yeah, if you want to,
it drops down to 30% between now and the 5th of December.
Okay, so yeah, so luckily, if you want Virgin Atlantic points, then what you're going to want to do is transfer the points from your Ink Unlimited to your Ink Preferred, and you can transfer them to Virgin and get a bonus right now, which would be better than the 1.25. You'll get 1.4 until the end of the night.
At whatever Eastern time. We are not endorsing transferring to Virgin necessarily. It depends on what your redemptions are. Sometimes they're great. Sometimes they're terrible.
Correct. All right, let's take 2 more questions, and then we're going to have to sign off for the night. We're getting really close. What's the best setup for flights out of Columbus if we mostly travel domestically and occasionally abroad? Try and decide between Chase, Amex, and this. Here's the thing. Watch 10 videos, you'll get 10 different answers. Columbus is not a hub for anybody but Southwest. You're not really going to fly internationally with Southwest, and I don't fly Southwest at all anyway. I think with Columbus, you stick with the transferable currencies, and I'll just say I think the Capital One Duo is the best duo out there. I think if you're flying domestically, I think you can do really well with the Chase Trifecta. I think Amex, you're getting into a different animal for a different purpose, for a different type of travel. So I would say Capital One Duo or the Chase Trifecta for a great generic way to earn points that'll be beneficial to you all the way aroundish. I wouldn't specialize in anything out of Columbus. And I'm sure Des Moines the same way. I mean, it's just
you have to be a free agent.
Yeah.
You just can't. If you don't live in a hub, it's almost silly to be super ultra dedicated to one specific airline.
So free agents will stick with transferable currencies like Amex, Capital One. I think Amex is a different level and for a different type of travel than domestically. I think your best domestic setup is probably still Chase. You have a couple legacy carriers. You have a good portal. Capital One works, but if you put a gun to my head and said pick one, I'd say go Chase. So, oh man, Mr. Son Gwynn hit us with a 2-piece. Thank you, sir.
Woo.
We're going to do one more question, guys. Just got approved for custom cash. I'm about to guard my way some free flights. That's not a question, but I like it. Flabbergasted.
Yeah.
Very cool. Here we go. Last question, guys. Last question. What would be your must-have cards in the most simplified setup you are ever going to have? Doug, I'll let you go first. So you're looking at what's the simplest you could do?
Simplest would be the Capital One Duo, and just roll with it. Do your
I gotta agree with you, man. Like just
groceries, dining, sporting events. Get your 3X. Everything else is 2X. You might be thinking, oh, but you don't have anything for gas. It's one extra point.
You have offers. You have. I agree. Capital One Duo, and the biggest reason besides what Doug said is the Capital One Duo. You can always get a point per point with the Travel Eraser. So your Ubers, your taxis, your ferries, your Viators, it's all going to be erased with Capital One Venture Miles, 1 cent per point.
Yeah. You've got your primary.
That's simple.
Primary car rental insurance. If that's a thing for you, it is for me. If I
Visa
don't have
Infinite.
Yeah.
Visa Infinite travel protections. A lot of times the Venture X has a really high limit and none of them have foreign transaction fees. That's it. That's all. Your wife won't be mad at you for having 41 credit cards. I think it's money.
Yeah. And I see Warren just indicated that sports bar in Wheeling, West Virginia, I mentioned the owner retired in July. So I guess it doesn't exist anymore, at least not in the name that I knew.
Well,
shucks.
Yeah. West Virginia is wild enough. There's going to be somebody else, somewhere else to go. All right, guys, we're going to cut the questions and everything. Oh, I'm sorry. I almost ended the stream on accident. Something I would do though. Yeah, and Kevin says Capital One Duo or Wells Fargo autograph. So to sum it up, Doug, I want to sincerely thank you for coming on the channel tonight.
You're welcome.
I think you bring a ton of value and a ton of knowledge and a ton of help for everybody from beginners all the way to, you know, super advanced guys. I think the cool part about this game is we all do it different. We all have a different perspective, and we come together and talk about it or argue about it.
Yeah.
And we all learn.
If you can disagree in good faith, I think everyone learns more. That's actually one of the best way to learn things is when you disagree.
Yeah. And it was great seeing you again in Puerto Rico. I won't see you in Charleston most likely, but maybe I'll see you in Wheeling.
Maybe. That's just an idea right now. So
I think I'm super down for that. I'm a big fan of West Virginia as a state. I'm a big fan. Great wildlife, great hiking, great people. Just the most interesting people, I think, in the whole country. They're the Appalachian people, and I'd be down for that for sure.
Very cool.
All right, and with that, we're going to say goodnight to you guys. We'll see you again Thursday. Stay tuned to see if we have a guest for Thursday.
Thanks so much, Luke, for having me. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it, man. We're going to sign off. Thank you so much, sir. And